Okay, welcome back to Garden Diaries, my garden diaries. We are going outside, obviously, into the garden. We have a big snowstorm coming in a few days, and I have a list. We're going to be doing something very exciting. This is sort of in line with snow prep, but not really in line with snow prep. The other day, I started clearing out my forest. I own this lot, and then I bought last June the lot next door, and it is a completely overgrown mess of mostly English ivy, which in the United States is not native, and it takes over everything. The plan overall is to remove as much as possible before spring and allow whatever is underneath all the overgrown stuff to come up and just see what's there. I don't think there's going to be a lot, but anyways, I'm chipping away at it all by myself by hand with hand tools. So it's going to take me a while, but the other day I made some progress and I wanted to keep making progress. There's supposed to be not supposed to be, I think there's a couch back there and also like a really big fallen tree. So I'd love to clear out to the point where I can see some of that. I think there might be two in here. 1, 2. Whew. Hi, girl. I have kittens, if you don't know. This is Misty. Look at her toes. She's so cute. She's a little yappy and a little needy. She's my lap kitty. But anyways, I have some snapdragons that I am overwintering. Snapdragons for me in the past have perennialized, and we haven't had cold like we're about to have cold. So I kind of have a snapdragon bed. There's only a few in there, and I have a few in the front that won't get any protection from the snow. I just kind of want to see how they do. I have snapdragons that I'm starting from seed, so they won't get the full overwintered effect, but they will be pretty mature by the time Mother's Day comes around, hopefully. So we're gonna try to make a low tunnel, high tunnel, I don't know. We're gonna try to protect these plants. I got some greenhouse fabric from Lowe's. I don't know how good it is. I might double it up. And I have this old wire that I don't know what it's from, because when they did construction on my house, they just dumped stuff on the lot next door. And some of it I'm like, that didn't come from my house. What is that from? So I think some people were just dumping stuff. Like the couches just appeared out of nowhere. Somebody dumped couches clearly before I was living here. Or else I would have stopped them and been like, hey, this is not a dump. This is property that you cannot do that with. So anyways, now we have to deal with the couches, and there's this wire, and I was like, well, this would be nice for like a hoop. I don't have any hula hoops. That's what people use to make a lot of tunnels, but I'm going to use the wire and I think zip tie it. I think I might have some zip ties. If not, we'll just kind of pray. And yeah, secure this bed, see what I think. I don't think I'll like how it looks, but I think I'll like the function that it provides, and it'll be interesting to see how much protection it gives for the snapdragons in the back of my house versus the front of my house that will be exposed to the full effect of the cold temperatures and the elements and all that stuff. Hey girl, what you doing? Huh? What you doing? I was sort of not beating myself up, but kicking myself because last summer I got really overwhelmed with my garden, and I'm sort of on this journey of maybe growing flowers and maybe being a flower farmer. I'm not really sure what I want to do, but I'm trying a bunch of stuff, and last summer just didn't pan out the way I thought it would. One of the things that I wanted to do that I didn't get around to doing was starting a bunch of hardy annuals in the fall. If you don't know, for cut flower gardening and just flower planting and gardening in general, there are a class of plants and flowers that you can start in the fall. Some of them are biannuals, some of them are annuals, but they can handle like the cold. So it's really advantageous if you can be on the ball to plant those things in the fall, and I did not. I did not plant a single thing in the fall. No broccoli, no collards, no Swiss, chard, no nothing. I didn't plant anything in the fall, and so I'm trying to play this game of catch up. But with this snow coming, I'm kind of glad I didn't, because I think I'd be freaking out that all my hard work would be dying with the really, really cold temperatures that we're about to have. So I'm kind of glad that I didn't. I think I'll be sad I don't have them in the spring again, but third time's the charm. This year will be my third time. Hopefully I'll get it right. Misty. What do you have to say, Misty? Anything? Oh. Gonna be good? Gonna miss me? You'll be okay. Alright. This list ain't gonna check itself off. Let's go. Ready, lady? There's definitely more than one reason why I really wanted to own the lot next to my house. I told myself that I would make like my first video on this channel, like an introduction, but then I decided against it. But I've decided that once I get to 100 subscribers that I will do that. So if you're enjoying this video, or if you've watched my other videos and you enjoy them, be sure to like and subscribe and let me know in the comments, because it's been really validating to see people watching. And I haven't told anyone, but I'm like so excited that there's like 10 subscribers, even though there's one is me and one is my mom, but still very exciting. So this lot next door and the lot that I live on are very special to me. I live in a historic neighborhood, and my house that I live in was built sometime around the 1840s. So she's old, she's been around, and at least as far back as like the late 1800s, there was a house on the lot next to my house as well. I think there was a house probably back in the 1840s as well, but maybe it burned down at some point. I've gotten really deep into the historic records of my property to try and figure out when it was built and who lived here, and just gotten really passionate about preserving the history of not only my house, but the whole area that I live in. So a very, very small step of that is preserving the lot next to my house so it doesn't get a big modern house built on it. The plan currently is to make it into a garden space. My grandmother helped me purchase the lot. She's really into preserving trees and old trees, and there are quite a few trees on this lot, as you can see. Some of them will need to be taken down for like the safety of my house, but quite a few of them will stay, and I want to plant even more. So if you're interested in seeing a very, very slow, budget friendly garden conversion and space and grounds making, I guess, that's what I'm hoping to share on this channel, as well as like my own personal journey with gardening and flower farming and all that stuff. This lot, I will do a full tour at some point, but it is completely overgrown. And the lot that I currently live on, where my house is, was a lot like this. It wasn't quite as bad because I know that there were people living in here probably in the early 2000s, so it was occupied at least 20 years ago, before we bought it and restored it in 2021 to 2023. It was a long process, and clearing the backyard was also a very long process. A lot of the materials that I've used are from the old house, like the bricks and the wood, so I haven't really bought in a lot of stuff besides soil and plants. So I try to keep anything that I like clear out, like the leaves and even the weeds and the twigs, I keep them on the property. I just kind of put them in the back or bury them really, really deep in a garden bed, or just let them sit in a stick pile where I don't mind if they do what they're gonna do. I love all the bugs and little creatures, and we have lots of skinks, we have snakes, we have lots of insects, and I want to keep them happy and healthy. I'm going to be tackling this forest and chipping away at it piece by piece, brick by brick, weed by weed, hand by hand. And I find it very meditative. I'm always wearing my headphones because normally I put on Coraline, and like that song at the beginning of like her walking around the garden is like in my mind the theme song while I'm walking around my garden. This is how I'm planning to clear out this forest day by day. I'm hoping roughly by the end of February or March to have a good chunk of at least the front half cleared out, and start chipping away at the ivy in the back half. The back half is completely covered in ivy, but that's really all I have to say about that. We're gonna get back to the show. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Shout out to me for getting down that tree though. Look at it, was gnarly, huh? That was like a gnarly tree. The angles, it's crazy. But I'm gonna work on all the rest of that the next few weeks. Hey, I don't know if you remember what this used to look like, but it's all cleared-ish, the big fat trees. There's one couch, I think there's two couch, three couch, and then there's the one over there, 4 couch. Red couch, blue couch. Just kidding. But that's what it looks like.